I'm going to draw this pen and ink in Tayasui sketches. Hi everyone, Steve Elliott here again. Autumn's here, the colours are absolutely stunning, so inspirational. I've got up this morning, I've already done a painting and a sketch, including this one in Tayasui sketches. Doesn't seem 5 minutes since I was in St. Ives taking photographs in the heat of the summer and doing seascapes. And now we're into autumn, and a walk down a country lane just produces so much source material and ideas for paintings. So this is a quick sketch. I took this photo yesterday after a walk, or during a walk, sorry. And I just think it lends itself to the pen and ink tools in Tayasui. I was going to do a sketchbook where I just used the pencil tool, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to mix it up and do whatever takes my fancy. And the pens in this app are just stunning. They feel so real and organic, and they leave the product that they produce just looks so realistic, as though it's been drawn on a piece of paper with a dipping pen. I think that's what I like about it so much. And you get smudges and blotches suddenly appear on your paper. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. So that you've got the undo option to just delete them. So I use pretty much, well, not pretty much, I used 2 pens for this sketch. That is the lining pen, which is the one I'm using right now. And then for those thick blacks that, I think this is what made me want to do it. If you look at the photo in the top right, there's a clump of leaves to the right of the, photo, which made me decide that this had got to be in a pen and ink with solid black colours for those trees. And I'm going to swap that lining pen, which I'm using now. I mean, it's a great lining pen because you can just slide the size of it up to make a really thick pen, almost like a marker pen. And here we are. I'm going into the dipping pen now, and you can get these really thick lines and thick colours. You see that there? It just sort of splodged. There we go again. Now, I didn't like that one, so I actually undo it. And then it happened again, and I thought, you know what? It's obviously meant to be, so I'm going to leave it in. And I left that in, and then here we're going in now with a really brave move. I mean, if you did this on paper, you'd be thinking, God, I'm taking a real risk here. This could totally ruin it. I mean, I've done it a lot of times though, so it didn't scare me. It wouldn't scare me on paper, never mind digital. And I know I can undo it on here and revert back to white paper if I wanted. So I'm just sort of filling in lots of dark shapes, and then sort of leaving little gaps and loosely drawing leaf shapes. And I'm not paying, any real attention at all to the photo. I'm just doodling and letting the pen wander and make these marks on the page. And I'm thinking, as a sketch, as a black and white sketch, this works really well and stands alone. And I actually finished this as a black and white drawing. And that was all I intended it to be. But as always, something, just try a bit of colour on it. Anyway, I'll get to that in a minute. So I'm sort of using the lining pen now to put in these branches, and then I'm sort of adjusting the size of it. That's all I really do. I just adjust the size of that pen to get sort of finer lines. So you can see I've knocked it down for some really fine lines there for the leaves, and just sort of I'm fiddling now. I'm just sort of adding detail and putting some more leaves in around that dark shadow. Then I go in with a little bit of scribbling and shading. You can see that going in there. Back in with that thick pen again, adding some, or the dipping pen, adding some darker lines. And then I thought the fence needed chunking up a bit, making a bit more solid, and I signed that. And that was the original sketch. Finish. Boom. And then, you know, let's play with the colour. Let us see what we can come up with. So what I'm thinking is, you know, do you like the black and white one? Do you like the colour version? Let me know what you think. And I'm thinking, you know, I do a lot of pen and inks and drawings and stuff. Would it be worth me while sticking all these photos in a folder where you could grab them for you to colour them? And I keep saying I'm going to set up an area for you to sort of send photos. It's a safe area, which is sort of, you know, just shared between a few people and not all over everywhere. So if I put these black and white prints, quality prints of these drawings I've done, you could have a go at colouring them in and sending me your results. See what colours you come up with. What do you think? Is that a good idea, or is that a bit naff? I think I would quite like to do that, but only if you guys think it's worthwhile. Anyway, so autumn, these colours. I pretty much just used a couple of colours, and I do like this weird thing that they've got going off where you can choose two colours, one on the left and one on the right, this little slide bar at the bottom, and then you can move the slider in between and sort of select colours in between those the mixed colours that they produce. So we've got a bit of an analogous. Well, it's not analogous, is it really? Analogous is when two colours are next to each other, like sort of yellow and green or blue and green. So it's a bit more complementary, I suppose. But anyway, I had a lot of fun doing that and putting these colours in. So what do you think? The black and white sketch, which I like a lot, or the colour sketch? Well, that's it. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, a big thumbs up, as always, is much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, because I have lots of videos like this and I would love to be sharing them with you. So hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye.